What's going on, guys? This is Miasin. So I know I haven't made any Tearlaments video in a while, and that's because I was really overwhelmed with other kind of things that I wanted to showcase. But now I think I finally have a little more time, and this video is going to be just the combos because I'm showing like a lot of them, and I will definitely be going in depth, so it's going to be extremely long. And obviously, if I show the deck list at the very end, nobody's gonna watch. So might as well just do two in-depth videos in order to, I guess, provide you guys with as much content as possible. And it's better for me because it allows me to have like an extra video scheduled instead of having to like rethink about something kind of last minute and always having to, you know, because I'm making double daily videos. It's kind of hard. But yeah, anyways, before this video starts, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I really need that 1,000 likes here. It really does motivate me a lot to keep making videos like these. And if we can get 1,000 likes on this video, I will be making a live stream on this deck. And I will promise you guys that I will be making every single Tearlaments videos that you guys actually ask me for. So, Pure, Ishizu, Punk, whatever, just ask and I will deliver. But yeah, that's it for the intro. Let's get right into combo number 1 out of like 6 or something. So I'm really just play testing random hands because obviously this deck is really RNG. There is no like super set in stone combo. It always depends on what you have, but obviously when you see like going second cards like Dark Ruler, Called by the Grave, you can literally just remove them from my hand, just pretend like they don't even exist, and that's basically how you would be breaking boards going second. So I'm showing you guys how consistent this deck is because I don't necessarily always need a full hand of 5 cards in order to play, but also going second, if I have, you know, a bunch of board breaking cards, well, at least you're not going to be crying against Blight. So my hand is pretty good. I have Shaylin, King of the Swamp, Dark Ruler, Called by the Grave, and the field spell. Look at what I can do. Alright, so step number 1, King of the Swamp, in order to search depolymerization. You could actually also search with a field spell first. That way, you only lose to Droll in like the least annoying way possible, but at the same time, nobody plays Droll in the main deck because it does absolutely less than nothing against Blight since they only search on draw phase. And obviously, that kind of sucks. Well, actually, they do their first search on draw phase and then the second one on main phase, so it really sucks. Anyways, you're going to be searching the Meru here and then going Shaylin effect and then discard and then send 3 cards. That's going to be Shaylin, Meru, and Salik. I'm pretty good at the game, so I can double fuse into probably a card that protects me from hand traps, which would be Millenniumizer Strict, and the Kid Kalos, of course, because I have double King of the Swamp, and that just happens to be an Aqua monster. And any monster for a fusion summon, so that's actually really busted. And the Salik is searching me that Hoffiness. Anyways, Millenniumizer Strict and then Kid Kalos is going to be searching the Meta Noise, since I still have it. And then Polymerization, fuse away the Kid Kalos as well as the Hoffiness. That would have been my third and final effect of a Tearlaments monster. So I can go Chainlink 1 Hoffiness or Chainlink 1 Meta Noise, Chainlink 2 the other one, depending on which kind of hand trap you're really scared of. I guess if people play Ghost Bell, which I don't think so, you could chain block in order to have the Meta Noise at Chainlink 2. Otherwise, you could be doing the opposite. But regardless, we have Millenniumizer Strict, which protects us from hand traps. We have Called by the Grave, and again, going second, we're very well equipped with that Dark Ruler. So we're going to be fusing for potentially another Dragos Tapelia, milling 5 cards as well, which is actually really nasty. And now on our opponent's turn, we have the Meta Noise, which is a Book of Moon, but also we Foolish Burial for any Tearlaments monster from our deck to the grave, which will get us an extra, you know, fuse effect, which could be the Kaleido Heart, which shuffles back a card your opponent controls. And again, if a Tearlaments monster is returned to the deck, you can use the effect of the field spell to destroy any card on the field. Let's count this, okay? Double Dragos Tapelia, which negates the effect of a monster, and on top of that, it makes it level 1. So against Splight, it's huge because they can't use whichever monster is negated to make like Gigantic Splight, for example. And they also cannot summon their Splight monsters from the hand unless they can get another level 2 monster on the field. So Dragos Tapelia is massive. And also Millenniumizer Strict, which is a huge interruption, can actually steal a monster, which is ridiculously crazy. It's not just an anti-hand trap monster. So yeah, read the card. It's pretty good. So that's already triple interruption. And then Called by the Grave, obviously, Meta Noise, which is like a triple interruption on its own. It's a Book of Moon. It summons a fusion monster, which can interrupt your opponent again, and then triggers the field spell. So a lot of potential interruption here, which is definitely no joke. So that's it for this combo. Let's get right into the combo. Well, right into the next combo. Alright, so combo number 1, I didn't draw any of my, I don't know, branded cards, but this time I actually do have Fallen of Albaz, which is the worst one. Anyways, field spell, instant fusion, Shaylin, Hoffiness, and Albaz. Look at what he can do. So again, instant fusion for the Kid Kalos. That's actually really nasty. But if you already have like very easy ways of getting to Kid Kalos, you can just make Millenniumizer Strict so you don't lose to like one single hand trap. I guess you could still lose to Gamma and Nibiru, but Nibiru actually never does anything against this deck. Because what are you gonna do? Nibiru my monsters so they all trigger their effects in the grave? Not the best move. But anyways, Kid Kalos send itself to summon the Meru from hand is actually really good because now we can mill 8 cards. That is a lot. So I'm going to be triggering the effect of the Shaylin, make the Melaniemizer Strict, and then destroy my own Meru since I shuffled back a Tearlaments card. Make the Dragostapelia right here, and then a Shaylin effect, going to be discarding the Alphenis, and then trigger the Shuttle Beast, so I think you can already see where this is going. Draw one card and make the Lubellion by using the King of the Swamp, discard the Fallen of Albaz, and make the Mirror Jade that way. So obviously you can also only play one Fallen of Albaz. I do believe that one Fallen of Albaz is better than playing 2, but it really doesn't matter in this situation. So yeah, we ended on Mirror Jade without even seeing a Branded Fusion because King of the Swamp is also Fallen of Albaz. So you can play a lot of Fallen of Albaz when you need it. And then, of course, we have Dragostapelia, Melaniemizer Strict, Meta Noise with the Field Spell, which is an absolutely nasty setup. Alright, combo number 3. This hand is also ridiculously good. Double King of the Swamp with the Shaylin, Alphenis, and Branded Opening. So yeah, this card being able to search on freaking draw phase is also really ridiculous. And as an added bonus, you never just lose the Effect Veiler. So your Kid Kalos can search uninterrupted. Well, I guess if your opponent has Ash or freaking Imperm, it doesn't really... It kind of does screw you over just a tiny little bit. But apart from that, nobody cares. And yeah, even the rest of my hand is insane. But again, Droll doesn't exist, so who cares? I might as well just search first and then get that King of the Swamp in the graveyard so that when I can fuse with the Alphenis, I, instead of using a material from my hand, use it from my grave. So that's the reason why I wanted to do it on main phase. Even though, both plays are actually... always to be taken into consideration. But yeah, again, Kalos is going to be searching for the Meta Noise again. Always, or the Meru. Actually, these are the two cards that you always want to search. Meta Noise is actually not a great card to mill. It recycles back from the graveyard to the hand, whereas Salik is actually ridiculously good to mill because it searches from the deck to the grave. You might as well just hard draw the Salik because you can discard it off of the Branded Opening, whereas again, Meta Noise is just... the kind of card you only want when you want to search it. Apart from that, it's not the best. Anyways, Branded Fusion, going to be making Lubellion again, sending Fallen of Albaz, as well as Shuttle Beast, because we want to have a Shuttle Monster so that when we use the effect of our... like this, for example, we use the effect of our Tearlaments monsters, we can actually fuse for Winda right away. And now I'm going to be sending my Shaylin in order to revive back the Meru, mill 3, and then fuse. So going to be making Melaniemizer Strict, and then Polymerization, fuse away the Kid Kalos as well as the Shaylin, which is the final monster that can use its effect. So always keep track of whichever Tearlaments monster triggers to fuse. They do look somewhat similar, and Reino Heart does not have the same effect at all. And when it's sent to the grave, you just revive it back and then discard a Tearlaments monster. So it doesn't do anything that has anything to do with fusing, actually. But yeah, I'm going to be milling a bunch of cards and then fuse away for Shuttle Winda. So this just looks ridiculous, man. Melaniemizer Strict, Mirror Jade, Dragostapelia, and Winda. The one issue, though, is that Dark Ruler really cripples this completely. If you don't get Dark Ruler, you most likely win against anyone. If you do get hit by Dark Ruler, well, shit. I suppose the one way you could just avoid losing to Dark Ruler too much would be by making a way worse board, but always going for either Salik or Meta Noise. Really depends on the situation. Sometimes Salik can be slightly better. Again, it really depends, but whatever. If you have big balls, if you're on game 1 and you're not really scared of Dark Ruler, if you just want to kill your opponent, this is something that you can do. Anyways, let's get right into the next combo. Okay, so now I'm actually playing against hand shops. DD Crow, for example, that's a pretty good one. So again, King of the Swamp, going to be searching for Polymerization, and now Branded Opening, discard the Shuttle Beast, and then summon the Aluber, Chilling 1, Chilling 2. You could also do it the other way around so that you search for Branded Fusion to deck thin, and then draw a card that has a lower chance of being a duplicate redundant Branded Fusion. But anyways, my Meru is going to be getting hit by the DD Crow here. A little unfortunate, but it is what it is. Reino Heart is going to be normal summon, send the Alphenis, and then fuse away using the Reino Heart as well as itself. In order to make the Kid Kalos, going to be searching for it's your boy Shaylin, or actually it's your girl, man. They're all girls when you think about it, except for Reino Heart. Anyway, send itself, summon the Shaylin from hand, mill 5 cards. I milled Shaylin, pretty nice. Going to be able to fuse for the Winda, and now set 1 pass. So obviously DD Crow was just not enough since I was still able to make Winda, Mirror Jade, and obviously I hard drew Salik. So yeah, against actually in a really good position, even against Forbidden Droplet and Smashers and everything. It might just not be enough because I can actually make my opponent lose pretty much everything on the field. And obviously, if you only have like 1 Spike Monster left in your hand, it really just doesn't do enough. So yeah, Forbidden Droplet might just not be the best card against this because sometimes you have so many threats on the field. But I'm going to repeat myself, Dark Ruler could be a bitch. Alright, so this is the final combo. Again, I'm going to be playing against D Crow, so this is always not really fun to play against, and my hand is not super great. Going first, I actually have a lot of useless cards, so Dark Ruler and Field Spell, so only 3 cards to really play with, which are Rain of Heart, Polymerization, and Meta Noise. Yeah, it's kind of shit, because if I get hit by DD Crow here, I think you can already see it, but I have to go a set 1 pass. I've seen better, but this is going to be showing you the sheer power of Meta Noise and how it can really cripple your opponent, depending on the situation. So if my opponent doesn't get very specifically something that allows him to get like a second monster through a Book of Moon, there's no way he can play. So even with Swap Frog, it really doesn't change anything at all. Send the Ronin Totem, and then on resolution, I'm going to be booking that Swap Frog, send the Meru, and look at what I can do. So obviously my opponent, with this kind of specific hand, there's nothing at all. There's no play. He's going to have to pass turn. Obviously the only potential play would be, do I want to set a bluff Prosperity or something? But I can still play, even though I didn't start with anything optimal. Meta Noise just gets so much started, especially if you have the Field Spell. So I can go for Kid Kalos and then search the, destroy myself. So gonna be going Chainlink 1 Hophiness, Chainlink 2 Kid Kalos, send 5 cards, and then fuse for Dragos Tapelia. And look at this, man. I also got to mail 2 Fallen of Albaz, so I can make Lubellion with Mirror Jade. And I was able to make double interruption after Book of Mooning my opponent. Yeah, man, it's actually crazy how Kid Kalos can... It literally has the potential to be one of the best fusion monsters RNG. Like, when things go your way, man. Mill 5 cards, mill like a Shaddoll with a Tearlaments or whatever. Fallen of Albaz, King of the Swamp and something. Being able to make Mirror Jade when you never even saw Branded Fusion to begin with really speaks volume on how many options this deck has. And again, man, Splight, not the kind of deck that would usually lose to one single Book of Moon or one single Veiler, but sometimes it does. Actually, I would argue Veiler doesn't do much against the deck, but Dragos Tapelia definitely can cripple the deck very hard, because if you, let's say, go normal summon a bad Splight monster, like Red, for example, and you have, like, Double Jet in this kind of hand, where, let's say, the Prosperity got ashed and you had nothing else, I would be able to go Dragos Tapelia Negate just to make you level 1, and then your other Splight monsters would be doing nothing. You can't special summon them. So that's the one issue that Splight randomly has that makes the deck like very annoying to play with sometimes. And if you know how to like kind of pick on those weaknesses, you're going to be able to have such a higher win rate with the Tearlaments deck. So again, I could have gone Dark Ruler no more this game. It wouldn't have changed anything because the threats that I summoned were on my opponent's turn. So even though I showed a lot of replays where I could have potentially gotten demolished by Dark Ruler no more, there are still some situations where all you really need in order to stop your opponent would be the trap card, but sometimes it's not enough. So yeah, there is no like guaranteed way of always winning. You just really have to be aware of everything that could beat you and everything that you have to do in order to beat your opponents. Anyways, that was actually pretty big, but we're done with this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.